Lexington. It is chilly out there this morning, 40 degrees out of Bluegrass Airport, but there are a number of locations in the upper 30s, even some mid 30s, 36 in Mount Sterling, so patchy frost potential for some. And temperatures are suppressed. We're only in the low to mid 60s today, our normal high of 76. And the reason for that, what's going on up north. And it may seem odd to blame high pressure for cloud cover and cooler than normal highs. But look at the wind flow across Lake Michigan. You can see that moisture spreading out, some showers down around south of Chicago there, getting into northwestern Indiana. We've got the flow around that high that's picking up just a little bit of moisture off the lake and then transporting it south. So we should see an increase in cloud cover into the afternoon with that northerly flow, and even see those highs struggling to hit the low to mid 60s, so well below normal. Eventually that high is going to continue to track east, and we're in much better shape for the next couple of days as we warm up. And then we've got to keep an eye on what happens with the remnant low, showing a tropical storm off Jacksonville by Friday. And that wave of low pressure will bubble north. And of course, we're talking about Hurricane Ian. There it is. And you heard Chris say it got an upgrade. Now just got another upgrade, 155-mile-per-hour winds. This is a monster storm moving northeast. So just off, right there's Cape Coral, where you just had that live camera, and you can see that eye wall about 40, 50 miles per hour offshore. And heading northeast, we've also got a number of power outages. These are numbered in the thousands, especially South Florida. They've had those rain bands wrapping in, and as well the potential for just massive storm surge from this. And we've been talking about this. There's potential for heavy tropical rainfall, but also the storm surge, which is essentially a wall of water that gets pushed out ahead of an approaching storm, and then it rushes inland and just inundates everything. And it was looking earlier as if it had a potential landfall up around Tampa, which could just basically shove that storm surge right up into Tampa Bay. Now, it's going to more than likely make landfall farther south later on today, so you can see anywhere from Sarasota south to Port Charlotte. There's Cape Coral, where we were just showing you that live camera. So with the wind flow around this storm, you can see where it's coming from off the ocean. That basically would funnel water into Charlotte Harbor. That was the concern for Tampa Bay. So now it's just shifted a little farther south, and it could actually work in reverse and help funnel some water out of Tampa Bay with the flow wrapping around the back end of it. You can see the stronger wind starting to die off as it moves inland by late Thursday, and then by Thursday night into Friday, it's out towards Orlando, Daytona Beach, and then offshore, possibly wrapping heavy rain and strong wind as far north as Savannah and up towards Charleston. 10 to 20 inches of rain. Tampa up through Orlando and Bradenton. In addition to the devastating wind from this storm, it is a very dangerous situation. And we've been talking a lot about any potential remnant issues for us as far as that remnant low is concerned in rainfall. A sharp gradient, but you could see some heavier rain by the end of the weekend, Saturday night into Sunday. Out across eastern Kentucky. Now that is largely dependent on where the track of that low goes, and it can be very much still in question over the next couple of days. So we'll just keep an eye out and look for that chance for rain later in the weekend. Mostly to partly sunny and cool. Could go mostly cloudy at times today here in Lexington. Low 40s, some isolated upper 30s out there. And the 8-day forecast shows that, well, we're in for that chance for some showers over the weekend, and we may finally start to warm things up again in the next week and see highs trying to edge their way back into the 70s, low to potentially mid 70s.